If you have ever tried to understand the spatial structure of DNA or the layered organelles of a cell from a flat textbook page, you know it is a constant uphill battle. There are interactive 3D solutions out there, platforms like BioDigital Human or Visible Body, but they usually sit behind prohibitive enterprise licensing costs. This leaves the average educator or web developer stuck in a frustrating middle ground. You either settle for inadequate free tools, or you stare at price tags you simply cannot afford. The real barrier keeping immersive, browser-based education out of the classroom isn't a lack of rendering technology. It is the restrictive business models guarding it. Which brings us to a relatively obscure GitHub repository, built primarily for Chinese classrooms, called LearningCell. Looking at its history, it is a statistical anomaly. It recently crossed 190 community stars, yet the entire version history consists of exactly 4 commits. When you open the front end, you're immediately hit with a high-fidelity, smooth WebGL render of a plant cell spinning right there in the browser. It delivers this level of polished, commercial-grade performance instantly. You don't have to install plugins, download an app, or create a paid user account. We need to determine if these few hundred lines of code represent a niche hobby project or a blueprint capable of bypassing commercial ed tech software. To figure that out, we are going to tear down its architecture and see if this modern web stack has what it takes to replace legacy educational platforms. Let's look at the physical scope of the repository first. It relies on a highly curated list of just 5 core biological models. These detailed models operate under strict file size constraints. They have been heavily compressed down to anywhere between 6 and 11 megabytes each. This animated diagram shows how it's done. The application uses the Draco format, which maintains the visual fidelity needed for WebGL, but shrinks the payload down to that manageable 11 megabytes. This hyper-optimized, tightly limited scope stands in sharp contrast to the commercial giants that offer libraries of thousands of medical models. If you are a developer or educator who wants a comprehensive curriculum, you will need to source and compress your own GLB files to expand the app. LearningCell trades comprehensive library style for the frictionless, instant delivery of a few foundational concepts. Getting a model to the browser is only half the battle. The primary user experience failure point for heavy 3D web apps is abandonment. If users are forced to stare at a static loading screen, they leave. Typical out-of-the-box 3D loaders fail to provide mathematically accurate download percentages, which leaves users staring at frustrating, stalled progress bars. LearningCell deviates from the standard playbook here. It abandons those standard loading libraries entirely in favor of a custom fetch implementation. The architecture integrates a ReadableStream directly into the fetch request. It intercepts data packets and counts exact bytes downloaded in real time. This granular byte counting data feeds into a smooth, accurate percentage UI, completely eliminating stalled loading screens. The trade-off for this custom logic is that it requires a much higher mastery of modern JavaScript and React 19. This raises the technical barrier for entry-level developers who want to adopt the code. Implementing custom stream loading ensures that even with heavy 3D assets, users aren't left guessing when the application will actually become interactive. There is another flaw in default WebGL setups that this repository has to navigate. They natively rely on Google's gstatic CDN to fetch the necessary Draco decoding tools. Because Google CDNs are blocked by the Great Firewall, those standard setups instantly break in Chinese classrooms. LearningCell's structural workaround abandons the blocked cloud connection. Instead, it extracts the Draco WASM decoder, bundling it locally within the repository's own files. By keeping this dependency local, the application functions offline and maintains complete uptime, regardless of regional network restrictions. Adding the decoder does introduce some minor weight to the repository's initial download size, but it is a deliberate choice to prioritize absolute accessibility over saving a few kilobytes. This local-first architecture demonstrates how to build web platforms that remain accessible despite external network censorship. We do need to step back and look at the engineering realities of relying on a project built by a solo developer in a rapid sprint. It is missing traditional enterprise guardrails. There are 0 automated unit tests, and the existing documentation is written entirely in Chinese. Essential user experience updates, like optimizing the layout for mobile screens, were only patched into the repository a few days ago. But these flaws are not deal breakers. They simply prove that the repository is meant to be an adaptable architectural blueprint, not a finished turnkey enterprise product. For educators or IT leads who want to use it, the operational process is straightforward. You simply fork the repository to your own GitHub account. As shown in this deployment pipeline, once you fork the repo, the natively included GitHub Actions workflow takes over. It automatically builds and hosts the environment for free via GitHub Pages. This setup democratizes high-end 3D hosting, turning what is normally a complex DevOps pipeline into a 3-click, zero-cost process. Looking at the final scorecard, LearningCell dominates commercial tools on cost and modern tech stack agility, but it loses drastically on out-of-the-box content breadth. We recommend this repository explicitly to front-end developers who want to study advanced asset loading techniques, to edtech startups looking for a modern architectural blueprint, and to tech-savvy teachers looking for a free classroom win. This project proves that a solo developer can match the technical delivery and rendering speed of premium platforms, provided they focus on a specific, narrow curriculum. If this deep dive saved you time and helped you spot a hidden gem before the rest of the industry, hit subscribe. We analyze tools and architectures like this every week, so you are always ahead of the curve. And if you want to see how this rendering compares to the new Web GPU standard, click the video on screen right now for our definitive guide. See you there.